Welcome to the City of Singles with your host, Chelsea Beller. Keep listening. Hello and welcome. Okay, today I am hosting with Kat Lindsay.
Hello.
Welcome, Kat.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Are we going to have very soothing, calming voices today?
Soothing. We're going to talk soon.
Yes. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, my love?
I'm good. Sorry. Again, the phlegm is going to be a little bit of an issue, but we're just going to...
There's lots of colds out here in California today.
Yeah, the weather has just been kind of flip-floppy. Doesn't know what it wants. Oh, my cat is all over your back.
It's so cute, though. I can't stop. So distracted.
Honey.
Oh, sweet baby.
Oh, babe. All right.
Okay.
Well, okay. We're going to try our best to ignore him. Kitty cat.
Yes.
So you moved here from Georgia. How long ago was that?
I moved about 4 years from Atlanta
Okay.
to Studio City.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you like it out here?
I do. The people are, depending on where you are, the people I work with are great, very nice.
Yeah.
There is a lack of hospitality, I think, just in general in California, but I think
Sure.
it could be because we're in LA.
Yeah.
There's a lot of self-absorption, it feels. Nobody get offended, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
They know.
You know, the whole... You kind of have to be, I think, out here to do certain things with the acting and all that kind of stuff. You kind of have a little bit of more, I don't know, confidence, I think, than the rest of the nation, because actually the stroke. No, the rest of the nation doesn't have the same desire for the spotlight and all that kind of stuff. So I think that makes it a little different.
Yeah. And why did you move out here? I forget.
My best friend was moving out here with her daughter, my goddaughter, and she said, "You want to change?" I said, "Yeah," and let's go. So we came.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's such a big change.
It is.
Do you miss it over there?
I miss the people. I miss the friendliness. I miss some of the food.
Yeah.
My family.
Of course.
But that's probably, I don't miss the politics for the greater part of Georgia.
Yeah.
So I'm good here, I think.
Yeah.
The marijuana laws, don't miss that.
Yeah.
It's illegal there.
Yeah.
Well, now I think it's medical, but.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a step up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. Are you sweating?
I am.
I'm schwitzing. Sorry.
Good night.
Good night. I'll shut this. How do you like my new mugs?
I love them. For everyone listening, we have these beautiful coffee mugs, which I actually collect coffee mugs, by the way.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah,
and they have a wonderful picture of
LA.
LA.
Or, yeah.
The city of LA.
downtown.
And it said City of Singles on it, which is the show that we are on right now.
In case you weren't
And then
aware.
it says to better dates, which I think everyone could use better dates.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Yes.
Yeah, my mom got them for me for Christmas, and I just use them every time I have a host, or a guest, I mean. Yeah.
I love them.
They're so fun.
They are. That's nice.
So about dating. What was dating like in Atlanta?
So I see dating as two types of dating. Pre-internet.
Okay.
And then internet. So I'm a little older than you and maybe some of the listeners.
Okay.
Milo wants to date my bag. Totally
really
fine
does.
though. Totally fine. Just take her to dinner afterwards. Thank you. But so dating before Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, Match.com, all that kind of stuff was very different. It was people that you went to school with, that you went to work with,
Right.
that you met in a bar, that you did all of that, and then the fabulous gays taught us how to date online.
Oh,
Because they had the first. Remember Grindr? I don't know if you knew Grindr was like.
I didn't know that it was.
It was one of the first, and they had they were dating online probably for years before the straight world jumped on to that. bandwagon.
They're so ahead of us.
They are.
Yeah.
First the gays and the rest of us.
Yeah.
So I remember when the transition happened, and my friend said, "Hey, you can go online and go on." I think it was Match.com, and she said, "If you go here for free this weekend," and this is probably, let's see, 2000 maybe. 99, 2000.
Yeah.
And you could go and talk to people, but back then we were all afraid of it because we thought, first, losers dated online.
Right. Yep.
Second of all, the next serial killer was waiting to pick you up dating online.
Yes.
And,
he's still out there. He's waiting.
Still,
yeah.
yeah, and you hear all the horror stories, but now it's become mainstream.
Yeah.
But I digress. So before that, dating, and in Georgia it was kind of like here, except you didn't have, I think, and I don't want to offend listeners here, but in Atlanta before the film industry came there, everybody kind of knew their lane. You know what I mean? Like you dated people. If you're a strong 7, you date a 7,
right?
Or a strong 5. You got to fight. You stay in your lane.
Yeah, you stay.
But
in your
I
lane.
feel out here in LA, you get your guys who are on TV shows who do editing or whatever it may be, whatever,
producing,
and they get a little touch of something, and they could be a solid 3. Throw in the industry, the film industry. Now they're up to about a 7. Right.
Yeah.
So they go for girls who are about a 7, who in the real world would never even talk to this guy. And not that we should judge people on looks, but I think everybody kind of knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I think that's different in LA. In Georgia, there's not that like. Am I making any sense right now?
I think I get it.
Yeah.
The film industry out here and like the element of like fame adds points essentially to people who wouldn't who don't have those points naturally.
Huh. So it's very interesting. I actually saw a film short kind of about that. But anyways, so in Georgia, I can tell you, so when I would go on dates, we have a
guest. So we were talking about online versus in real life, Georgia versus here. Go ahead.
So I will tell you a pre-internet dating story if you like.
Yes, I would love to hear one.
Yes. So, I think it says more about me as a person than more about the guy. But we will continue.
Yes.
So I was in the midst of studying Ted Bundy. Okay, when this all went down. So I was in criminology at Georgia, like a community college going into Georgia State. So it was like you have the Valley Colleges here that go into the...
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. But anyways, I was there, and we were doing we had to do a criminology FBI profile of a serial killer. Mine was Ted Bundy. So 6
what a
months...
good one.
I know, right? 6 months I'm studying this guy who... Wow. Handsome, meets girls. I'm sure we all kind of know what he did, or people are going to start learning because of the Netflix series and all that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
But, so I'm 6 months. I'm reading and looking at crime scene photos and all this kind of stuff. And meanwhile, I'm working at Borders Bookstore, which I don't even know if they exist anymore.
I don't think they do.
Yeah. Do you even know?
I do,
okay.
Yeah.
It was like a Barnes & Nobles.
Yeah, we used to have a couple of them in my hometown, and I think they're all gone now.
Yeah, they were. So I worked in the coffee shop, and this guy who worked in the music department, his name was, I'll change his name.
Okay.
His name was, we'll say Eric, to protect the guilty.
Yes.
So, Eric, he had kind of asked me out a couple times, and I was, I don't know. And then finally, I said yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. Now, meanwhile, like I said, I've been studying Ted Bundy.
Yes.
But at the time, I didn't put them together at all. Of course, who would? But anyway,
I'm so excited for this story.
So we're going on. I hope it doesn't disappoint. But I've got other good ones that'll take us home. But so he picks me up, and now we work together. Mm-hmm. So I see him all the time.
Right.
But for some reason, in my head, because I've been just reading all this craziness, that's just back here. I didn't even know it was back there, but like the Ted Bundy stuff was in my head. So this fool picks me up in a Volkswagen Bug. Here's the thing. Ted Bundy drove a Volkswagen Bug. Okay, so that's one of the things. So I'm like, all right. But I didn't realize that was, at the time, I didn't put the two together.
Sure.
And so I'm about 4 months into this project. And Eric.
Yes.
He picks me up in a Volkswagen Bug. It was yellow. Anyways, and Ted Bundy's was tan, but doesn't matter. So Close enough.
Yeah.
So the story's not going to have a good climax, but it might. But so we're in the Bug, and we're supposed to be going on a date, and for some reason, I think that he is the devil. Okay. Now,
oh my God.
We didn't even. Nothing had started, but for some reason, I have this fear that, oh my God, this is reincarnated Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Like, who am I on a date with? Poor guy's just sitting there minding his business talking about bonsai trees.
Oh.
And I'm like, I got to get out of this damn car because he, any moment, can bludgeon me to death with Now, nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Nothing. He hasn't done anything. He's literally talking about bonsai trees.
What does that say about bonsai trees?
Well, because
what? Isn't it just, oh, look, a bonsai tree, and then you move on?
That should have been the No. We were going by a nursery for bonsai trees, I guess. Am I to think of the right, the ones that like, the little...
I don't know what that motion is.
But the little trees, you know what I'm talking about? The little cute little trees that
you grow them in a little pot on your desk. And
I was going to say groom them, you groom them.
You groom them, yeah.
Yeah.
They groom themselves.
And I just remember, I was probably like 22 at the time, maybe.
Well, you were a babe.
I was a little bug. And I'm sitting there, and all I could think of was and this is, by the way, there was a time when not everybody had cell phones either.
Oh, wow.
So I did not.
I didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah. It wasn't like the regular.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
So I'm in this Volkswagen Bug, thinking I am with the reincarnated Ted Bundy. Mm-hmm. I got the bonsai tree nursery on my right. Mm-hmm. There is a gas station on my left, and suddenly I have to get out of the car. Because I think, mind you, it's noon. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing really happening. There's nothing really happening.
Dark outside.
I don't know.
Nothing to be afraid of.
So suddenly I start telling... Oh, my God, I just thought of another good story. Okay. So suddenly I start telling him, I'm like, I got to get out of the car. But I don't say that to him. I say, oh, my God, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. Like, I'm going to throw up. I'm so suddenly. And he's like, oh, do we need to go to the hospital? Because he's concerned because suddenly, like that, I'm sick.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, just drop me off. Drop me off the gas station, oh, my God. Because I thought for some reason I had to get out of the car because...
He was Ted Bundy.
Eric/Ted Bundy was going to kill me.
He was going to kill you.
At any moment in his yellow Volkswagen Bug. Who I did work with at Borders. So I was going to have to see this guy in the next couple days.
Yeah.
But he dropped me off at a gas station. Never spoke to me again.
Oh my God.
Never spoke. But I have to say, I don't blame him.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like almost about to jump out of the car. And I'm like, why did
rolling
this
down the window. Yeah. I got to get out.
Yeah. Like, he's kidnapped. He's like, dude, I'm just trying to take you to go look at some trees. You know what I mean? But that was a rough one.
Never spoke again.
Never spoke again.
Yeah.
He would ignore me.
Yeah.
At the bookstore.
He was probably embarrassed. Because he was like,
he
she found out.
I was crazy.
He probably knew that you knew that he was going to kill you.
I knew that he was reincarnated.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah.
He had a very large, predominant nose, so I do remember that. Yeah. Nice guy.
I'm sure he was.
Too bad for him that I was studying Ted Bundy at the time. Anyways, but... Or too bad for me. Really.
Yeah. Probably not the best time to be dating,
No. So I got through that, and then the online started happening. So this was kind of when, you would... I think MySpace was out.
Yeah. Early 2000s? Yeah. That sounds right.
And then Match.com and Plenty of Fish.
Okay, yeah.
And eHarmony, I think, still was out. But eHarmony was very controversial because at the time they did not have... Like, there was no you couldn't be a gay person and date like a gay man and look for gay men.
I see.
Like they didn't have that
Wow.
option, so that was very controversial at the time. So me and my friends were like, we're not going to use eHarmony because they're, homophobic, which they probably were at the time. Don't sue us, eHarmony. Just saying.
They're listening.
They're listening. You're gonna hear the music. So probably my first. Well, when did you start? Did you ever date online?
Just in the last year and a half that I've been single. Before that, I had a boyfriend from high school, and then Max I met in college, and so since then it's just been online or not even really in person.
Yeah, now I think it's an oddity to meet people in person.
It is, which is weird.
I think because when you think about it, when I was in my 20s, you would go to a bar, and sometimes you would do things like, I don't know, go home with people.
I don't know.
After drinking and whatnot.
Sure.
And then, but you're thinking, we now look at that, oh my God, going home with somebody, just meeting them, but we essentially can do the same thing online.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's very weird.
Yeah, they're still a stranger. You just...
Right. They pick you up in a car.
Yeah.
But we think we have some kind of control over it because we, we'll look at their whatever online profiles they have or Google them or whatever.
Yeah, look them up on Instagram, whatever.
It's really strange.
It's odd. It's a false sense of security.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. Mm-hmm. So I have so after Eric, I was going to say his real name, but then that happened. And then, of course, I think I met somebody and had a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I think one of the best dating stories I have was when I moved to LA.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is a good one.
I'm excited.
This is better than the other one. The other one was kind of weird. We were kind of starting off a little bit. So I moved to LA, and I started, you're here, you're new.
Yeah.
And, I started like on, was it okay? I think it was OkCupid. I think that was my dating.
That was your go-to?
Go-to.
Yeah.
Because it was free.
Yeah.
Or you could pay. So you had the option.
What were you paying for? Just like more options, or?
I think so, like unlimited messages or
That's stupid.
bullshit like that. Are we allowed to cuss?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Okay, bullshit like that.
Fuck me.
Stuff of that nature. I think. I don't really remember. But anyway, so
Yeah.
I used to do this thing that before I would go on the dates, I would get a little drunk because I'd be nervous. I'd drink like a 40.
Wow.
Yeah. That was in Georgia, though.
That's a lot drunk.
That's a lot. But I would be so nervous. And then now I look back and I'm like, God, I must have been just wasted on these dates and thinking that everything was...
Yeah, hunky-dory.
Cool. No wonder nobody called back. But anyways, so I go... I can't remember this guy. I cannot remember this guy's name. But...
That's all right.
He, we had talked a minute on... I think it was OkCupid or something. I don't really remember. And texted and everything. And we finally go out on a date. And he was really nice. He had a truck. Little awkward.
Okay.
But I'm kind of... I'm akin to awkwardness because I'm not awkward, but I can be. You know what I mean? So I was okay with it. So he's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Adorable. Mm-hmm. We get in his truck and we go to dinner at I want to say Mama Mia's or something, some kind of pizza and beer. Now, mind you, I was drinking. So I don't really drink anymore now, but then I was drinking, like doing we were doing shots or something. I would try to get them to drink too, to make me less nervous.
Yeah.
But somehow we ended up going back to his apartment, and this is where it gets weird.
Okay.
So
I'm so excited. So you went out.
Yeah.
You got food and drinks.
Yeah.
And then he takes you back. Does he ask, like, would you like to come back to my
house? And it wasn't like a weird sexual thing. I think it was just going back to, like, hang out. There was no, like, weird, like, or at least I didn't think so.
Right. You guys had, like, established you were having a good time and you wanted to keep it going.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, cool.
So, but little do I know, I'm going into the reptile pit of hell.
What?
So let me tell you. So,
oh my God.
So we go to this apartment, And it's his apartment. And we walk in. And at first, I didn't realize what I was first walking into. Because you kind of... I walk into this apartment. There's a couch, a normal, TV. But then I smell a smell. And I realize, as I'm looking around, that there are snakes everywhere. Everywhere.
No.
Mind you, from ceiling to floor, in like little snake cages. I don't know what they're called, aquariums or whatever they're in.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, okay, there's just a couple here. I thought, okay, well, they're, And he said, I breed snakes. I didn't know that was a thing. So let's just, I didn't know that was a thing. And then, so you have like...
I'm stunned.
Rows of snakes.
Just
and like
columns.
Boa constrictors, all different types.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so then I look over and there's more. So I'm realizing that we are surrounded by snakes. And I'm talking at least 100, 200, I mean, a lot of fucking snakes.
Are they all in their homes?
Yeah.
Okay. They're not just like roaming free.
No.
That's good at least.
But then there were shelves that you could pull out, and the snakes were in like baby snakes, teenage snakes, regular snakes, and like in these shelves.
Oh
right?
My God.
So I'm like...
In like a dresser kind of situation?
Yeah, but it was like a special snake shelf.
No.
I don't know. And I'm thinking to myself, how does his landlord allow him to have all these snakes? Like, this is out of control. This is a lot of freaking snakes.
Crazy.
And then I'm a little drunk, and I'm a little put off, but I'm like, we can maybe be friends. Because he was really nice. I was like, but I was like, there's no way that I can stay here. I mean, there's too many damn snakes. So then it gets even worse. So then we're talking about the snakes, and he's like, yeah, and then I have rats.
Oh.
I'm like, you have rats?
To feed the snakes?
To feed the snakes.
Ugh. Does he breed the rats?
Yes, to feed the snakes. So I go, rats and snakes alive everywhere, heaps and heaps. So I go in, and he shows me all the little baby rats and mice, and we go into his bedroom.
No.
He's just showing me. We weren't like going into the bedroom, but he was showing me because that's something you would show a girl that you just met over your house. So I go in his room.
Date. I'm going to show this girl all these cool snakes and baby rats.
And yes, and then there's like cages in his room.
Why in your room? I can't.
Little mice, and the mice, I feel bad for them because I know they're going to be food soon.
Yeah.
So then there's like all these little things, like little rats and mice, and the smell was just overwhelming. And the bed. And then, so you have all these rats and mice and snakes. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't even know what to do. But here's the worst part was I, at the time, had just moved here, so I was so lonely. I was like, maybe I'll give it a go, like, let's just see what happens, because, what was I thinking?
I don't know.
So then I'm sitting there, and this was the topping of, what did you say? The topping of the cake, the piece of resistance?
The climax.
The climax. He's like, I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, so now I'm left alone with all these snakes.
Yeah.
And he's like, sometimes they get out on their own.
What?
And I was like...
He said that?
Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell?
What the hell?
He goes to the bathroom and comes back. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, no, I just threw up. And I'm like, gotta go. And then it's like it all came crashing down that I'm standing in a room, probably hundreds of snakes. Like, I've never seen that many snakes. More than like the LA Zoo, more than a lot of freaking snakes.
Oh my God.
Rats, mice, dude threw up, I'm out. So finally I was like, I
gotta get the hell out of here.
Get the hell out of this situation.
Wow.
So I called an Uber and was on my merry way. Never talked to him again. But
understandably.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You never know what you're going to get. I mean, had he told me about his snake obsession pre-date, I wouldn't have gone. And not that I don't like snakes.
Right.
Snakes are wonderful creatures.
Right.
Probably necessary. But...
Probably.
more than 2 in a house.
Yeah.
It's doing too much.
That's doing too much.
Yeah. Now he's like one of the, he's like a reptile. He's like the reptile lizard king.
Yeah.
Of all the snakes.
You know, I once heard a story that this guy owned I think it was a boa. And he had it like from when it was a baby. Mm-hmm. And he would just let it roam freely for, most of the time. He'd put it in its cage sometimes, but mostly it just like roamed free. And one night he'd let the snake out and he was sleeping and he woke up in the middle of the night. He turned and saw the boa was laid out completely straight on the bed next to him. And he thought, well, that's a little odd. And he looked it up and the boa was sizing him up to see if he could eat him.
Oh my.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
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 It's time to release that into the LA River.
Oh,
Continue
yeah.
on, sir. Yeah, no.
Can you imagine if your kitty or something was like,
I mean, I think
see if I
Saffron
can
sizes
eat
me
you.
up pretty much.
She probably does, yeah.
I think she sizes me up pretty much
Yeah.
every day. But, I mean, Milo right now is sizing us both up.
Yeah. He's like, I can eat you both.
But that's my weirdest LA story, I think. I've been on a couple other weird ones with
Yeah.
Well,
I have some more questions.
Yeah,
Maybe
let's go.
Direct you. Well, here's my first one. Do you prefer online or do you prefer meeting someone in person?
I think we all would prefer like meeting somebody in person at work or
Yeah.
out and about with your friends that you get to know, and
Yeah.
then you kind of start liking each other, and then you go on a date or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think that that's really people. I don't think that happens anymore really that much. I just think it's kind of I don't know. I think people are so not really into that, so then no one's really kind of looking for that. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen it that often, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. It's so hard.
So I think that is what I would rather do, but I think that that's just unfortunate. We just don't do that. We don't even think about that anymore.
Yeah. You recently started dating someone.
I did, yeah.
How did you meet him? I forget. What was the
So
story there?
I met Tom online.
Mm-hmm. Was it an app or?
It was OkCupid, I think.
Okay, cool.
We are not being paid by OkCupid. Just as it's not a paid partnership.
OkCupid does not sponsor me yet.
We could use a couple dollars if they would like to send it our way. Anyways, so yeah, I met him. We went, where did we go on our first date? We talked for a while.
Sure.
We went to a bar called the Greyhound, I think in...
Oh, I've heard of it.
Downtown somewhere. I don't know the areas here, so maybe Silver Lake, maybe Echo Park. I don't know.
We'll have someone email it in.
Yeah. Let us know. But
you let us know.
The Greyhound. So we went there, and then we just like got a little tipsy. I think we went back to his house.
You did? Was it to do the dirty? The Greyhound Bar and Grill is on North Figueroa in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So, where? Oh, over by like Highland Park area.
Highland Park.
Got it. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
We went back to like smoke pot, drink,
just a
talk. Yeah. And then we went out again. And if this is any advice I can give anyone, and I think that might be something you were going to ask, but with Tom, at first I wasn't sure, because we had our first date, we were drunk probably the whole time. I don't even know. But then he's so sweet. But then he asked to go out again, and we went to go see Won't You Be My Neighbor? The movie about, what's his name?
Who is that?
He had I
don't know.
Won't you be my neighbor? He put a sweater on.
Oh, he put a sweater on. Yes.
You know who I'm talking about.
The guy.
Yeah.
He wears a sweater.
Yes.
He's in your neighborhood. Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Ah.
Yes, so we went and saw that. And the whole time I was like, I don't know if I like him. Let me find everything wrong with him. Let me pick him apart. We all do this, I think.
Yeah,
this is something,
Yeah.
And
because we're like, why would you want to go out with me?
Right.
There's something wrong with you.
Right. And also, I think it's something to do with the apps themselves. Because I think it's like a like with porn, or there's certain people that are addicted to porn, the clicking, the next, and I think the apps are like next. I think it's just the constant.
Yeah.
Is there something better? What the whole grass is greener, the FOMO, whatever. Is there? What can I get? What can I get? What can I get?
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure.
Agree. Yeah.
And I think it's kind of gone too far.
Yes.
So the advice I would say is give people a chance.
Yeah.
Because now me and Tom are together. We're in a relationship. Everything is great. He's an angel from heaven. All of that stuff. But I think had I listened to myself and not my friends, maybe you, Chelsea, I think you might have been one of them, or somebody saying, hey, just give it a chance. Just go out again. See what happens. I would have missed all of that because I was, well, if he doesn't fit in or if he's not this.
Right.
But then
because we all have the ideal person in our head.
Right.
And we're always matching to that person. Like, oh, well, he has, the same type of hair, but he doesn't have the same shaped face or body type or
he's not
whatever.
tall enough or he's this. He didn't have the best. But that person doesn't exist.
No, they don't.
And I think that we just all are looking for something that doesn't exist. And I think you have to take the best parts of the person that you meet that you like and go, you know what? He's awesome. And I just need to kind of just see what happens. And I think we don't see what happens. I think men and women don't see, especially in LA, I think more than most. We don't wait. We go on one date if they're not, perfection.
Yeah.
And we feel like we're going to marry them right away.
Yeah.
Next, because it takes a while to have feelings for people. It's not just like that. So I think that's the biggest problem we have.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Is we just kind of next. Thank you, next. I believe there was a song written about that.
Oh yeah, I think there's some little ditty on the web about that. Yeah, I don't know.
Ariana, maybe?
Possibly.
I think that's her little name.
Yeah, she should sponsor me.
Mm-hmm.
But you and Tom are happy?
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Sweet really angel cute. From heaven.
Sweet angel
just
from
a
heaven.
Sweet little angel from heaven. But it took a while, It took... Yeah. I've been here for 4 years. Oh, I had a boyfriend before that, whom we won't talk about either, just because I think for his and whatever. And that was a weird, it's really hard in LA, I think, because of the industry, like I said, like people don't stay in their lane or they try. A lot of the guys here think because they're on, some TV show where they could be a production assistant, a PA, they think somehow that now they can get these really hot girls because they think that maybe if they date them, then maybe they'll meet the director and now everybody's going to be a star.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. That's not real.
Yeah.
But women believe that and men believe that. Mm-hmm. So I think that there's a constant issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because as much as we're trying to find love, we're also all trying to be very, very, very successful. And we're like, what if I get 2 in 1?
Right.
And
right.
It doesn't work that way. If it does for you, that's your story and that's great. But I don't think that works for the majority of people.
No, I don't think it does either.
At all.
No. And then I think because also you're running into a lot of weird, people in LA are a little fucked up. And there's a little. And there's also, like I said, the self-absorption. So that's also where can they get me? What can they do? What and it's very interesting. But I'm very happy with Tom. He's a little angel from heaven.
Yeah. Do you have a most embarrassing date story you'd like to share?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't really know. I know it takes a lot to really embarrass me, but
Were you
It's just
embarrassed
weird.
for anyone?
This was in Georgia. This was in Atlanta. So I had. So I can't remember his name. I can't.
It's okay.
But we had been.
His name is Bob.
Bob. Me and Bob have been talking for a while. Hadn't met in person yet, but just like, emailing, sending pictures, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Sending nudes.
Yeah, doing too much, as you do. And then I drank the 40.
Sure.
As one does.
Yeah. Everyone does that.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
And then he picks me up. And the best part about that is I don't think they know how drunk I am.
It's like your own little secret.
Right, but they do. It's obvious.
They probably do.
So we went back to feed his dog.
Why do you keep going back to men's homes?
Well, no, exactly.
Stop it.
But he had a dog that he had to walk or something before he went out to dinner or something.
Yeah.
So we go back there and he lets the dog, it was in a crate, and he was like changing or something.
Yeah.
And I had like he gave me like a gin and tonic or something, and we're like talking.
Yeah.
And he goes to change, and I let the dog out of the crate. And I'm playing with the dog. Because as we know, I like animals more than I like people. So
Yes.
I'm on the ground with the dog. On the ground.
On the
with dog.
ground.
It's licking my face. I'm hugging it. We're playing.
Yeah.
Rubbing the belly. Everything's good.
Snuggles.
And he walks out. And he just kind of looks at me. And I'm on the floor with the dog. And he takes the dog.
Yeah.
Lets it go outside for a minute. Puts it back in the crate. And I'm in love with this dog. Really cute dog. And he's like, I'm going to take you home. Right? I said, what? What did I do? And he's like, you let that dog lick your face. And I was like, what?
What?
And he's like, you were doing the dog. And he's like, the dog's my ex-girlfriend's dog. I just was keeping it till she comes to pick it up. And I'm like, but it's a dog. I mean, who doesn't let a dog lick their face? The dog is fantastic. And he was like, I'm just going to take you home. I just can't. It's too gross.
Oh my God.
And we were in the car, and I looked at him, and I said, well, good, because I would not want to hang out with somebody who doesn't want a dog to lick their face.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, you stick it to him.
Yeah. Isn't that weird, though?
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing a lot with the dog. I mean, mind you, I was on the floor with the dog.
But I think that's endearing.
And I was a little drunk with the dog.
The dog was
But
a little
still.
drunk too. Yeah.
Doing the most.
Yeah.
Doing the most. Anyways, but yeah, that was a little weird.
He's a bit uptight.
Yeah.
He needs to
Yeah.
grab that pole right out of his ass. So
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm trying to think if I have any other.
Do you have like a worst date story?
Let's see. Oh, I have some really mean stuff I've done.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. So, this gentleman caller, if you will.
The gentleman caller.
Yeah, was meeting me at, this is in LA. I was going to LA City College at the time. And he was meeting me up there, and we were going to go to the park. We had been talking online. He was a writer.
Cool.
Tall, I thought, this is great, and he's so nice. And then, so we were going to go smoke some pot and go to the park.
Yeah.
Marijuana is legal here in California.
Show is.
So if there's an issue with anything, marijuana is legal in California.
Yeah.
Just in case I get a job with like the FBI or something.
Yeah.
So him and I were
Which you will.
Which I will. Him and I were, so he meets me up at LA City College, and he has, come to find out, he doesn't have a car, which is okay because I don't have one either. But he was also sleeping on his friends' couches. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you going on a date if you don't have a place to live?
Yeah.
Right? Anyways, but whatever.
Yeah.
So I was still willing to go, right?
That's nice of you.
So I get out of class, and he's going to meet me up at the, where the Metro at LA City Colleges, which is right, you can walk from the college, and then we were going to go to, I think we were going to go to Echo Park Lake. I'm not really sure.
Cute.
And he picks me up, and he's got all these treats, popcorn and chocolate and all this stuff.
Very sweet.
Yeah. And then he turns around, and I'm like, hi, and we hug, and he smiles at me. Teeth were busted. Okay? Busted teeth. Hot mess. Missing a couple. The rest were dark brown. It was a hot mess, mouth full of teeth.
Oh, no.
Now, that makes me sound shallow. But rough teeth.
Not
Not like normal rough teeth. You know, some people sometimes will have like a tooth cracked or whatever. That's fine.
Right, that's, yeah.
Or might miss, you know, some skateboarders or hockey players or whatever. Sometimes you gotta, but this fool, no.
No.
Straight up like meth mouth.
Oh.
And he wasn't a meth addict, so I didn't quite understand it, but straight up meth mouth. Or maybe he was.
Maybe he was, we don't know.
So what do?
What do you do?
I think fast. And
you got it.
I get on my phone. He's standing right there, and he's like, look what I got, popcorn and everything. So I take my phone. I text my roommate. And I say, call me and say that you locked yourself out of the house.
Perfect.
I did it quick. It was like quick. He didn't know. I said I had to look up something for a classmate. Really quick that a classmate had just texted me.
Perfect.
And sure enough, my roommate calls me and she's like, I'm locked out of the house. Da, da, da. And like, I said, okay, I'll be there in a minute. I'm coming. And I hang up the phone and I told him, I said, I gotta go. You know, my roommate locked out of the house. And he's like, well, I'll go with you.
No.
I was like, no. I really need to study too.
Yeah.
That fool gave me all the treats.
Aww.
All the treats. So I gave him a joint.
Nice. Oh, good for you.
And then he got on the train and went right back home. Never spoke to him again.
Wow.
Oh, I've gotten my periods on dates where I had to leave. I've gotten sick. Locked out of the house. The period one was at Echo Park Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
The dude, we had, I think we were just hanging out, and I was like, this is just not gonna...
It's not gonna fly.
So suddenly...
Oh
God, I gotta go. Jeez, woo.
Oh, it's a flood.
Right. Crime scene. Gotta go.
That scene from The Shining. I have to leave.
This is happening now. Aw, God, what a bitch.
No, I mean, okay. The dental hygiene thing, that's such a big thing. I mean, brush your teeth like once a day at least. Come on, man. The meth mouth thing is not a thing.
Because there's a difference. Like, there's people who have, you know, accidents.
Right. Or maybe when smokers, they have like a kind of a tint, you know. But it's like
meth mouth, that's a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother. That's like you were so fucked up on meth for so long that you lost your teeth.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole nother world.
Yeah, I would not want to go anywhere near that.
No.
I would feel like I'm kissing the mouth of a trash can.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Of methamphetamine itself.
Methamphetamine. Yeah, I'm speaking
crystal
like
meth.
Yeah.
In your mouth. In the mouth. He's like, please don't tell me about the meth mouth.
Milo's so over the meth mouth
like,
situation.
Oh, God.
I
He's
can't.
Like, and I eat bugs, and I would not.
I was spying on him the other day because he went outside and he went down the stairs to there's like this forest basically in the middle of our building. And I see him, he's like at the base of a tree, and he's like kind of digging at something. I see him move his mouth down, and then I just see him turn, like looking in my direction, chewing. And I'm like, what are you, what? What is in your mouth?
Who knows?
Meth, probably.
Oh, meth. Oh, my God. Milo. Well, Saffron's a Scientologist, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should have seen that one coming. Yeah.
It's a whole nother world. She's trying to join the Sea Org. It's a whole nother situation. It's It's Tom Cruise is always trying to come to the house. It's just a whole.
Yeah, he's knocking on your door.
She's trying to get me to sign a $1 billion contract. You know, meow meow meow. I'm like, Saffron,
Stop.
Enough already. You've been in California for 4 years and you're already a Scientologist. Good night.
Good night. Do you have a crazy, weird, scary, or goofy? I mean, you've pretty much said them all, but do you have any other stories you'd like to add?
The scary one, I haven't really had any like in fear of. Although,
okay,
I did talk to a gentleman on. I wouldn't call him a gentleman after this. I was
trash panda.
Yeah, he's a trash panda. I was. We never met, but I was. We were talking, texting, and he asked me to send him, nudes as they do.
Oh, sure.
Or they send you a picture of their dick, and they think that you're going to be like, oh yes, let me come over now. No.
Yeah. Oh, is this your dick?
Right.
Oh, I've been waiting to see your dick specifically. Let me come over.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now. Thank you.
Blessings. Unsolicited dicks are the best too. Unsolicited, because you don't even know what's going on. You're like, oh look, oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh, what's that? But and so this dude, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
Good for you.
And a friend of ours, Kenya, was actually sitting next to me on the couch, and I wouldn't send any nudes because I'm thinking, I'm in school to do this and this and this, and what if this comes back? And, because one day I might be famous, right?
Yes.
And then pictures would show up, as will this podcast, and it's totally fine. And so I told him no, and he started sending me emojis of roaches.
What?
Like hundreds.
What?
Yeah. Yes. Like text. They were just, my phone was just going off, and it was just roaches and roaches and roaches, like, and poop, and the little, roaches. And and I was like, ah! And Kenya's looking at my phone, and she's like, what the hell? Delete. And she's like, we gotta block him. And the phone's like, it was horrifying.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What in the hell?
Yes.
Did he think he was gonna scare you into it?
I don't know. I don't really know. It's crazy as shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scared the crap out of me.
It sounds like the end of times,
Yes.
but like on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a
Weird,
weirdo.
isn't it? I was like, he was trying to, I don't even know. It was the weirdest thing. It was so weird.
It's like, this isn't quite threatening.
No.
It's just
But it kind of is.
mind-boggling, and I don't know what to do about it.
I'm going to threaten you with roaches.
Emojis of roaches.
Yeah.
Not even actual roaches.
No.
Actual roaches would be a very clear message.
Yeah. Of death and destruction. But
Yeah.
this was, wow.
Yeah. Wow,
You know?
man.
Wow.
That's just weird.
And then I've dated the married guy who I didn't know was married. Like you go on a couple dates online, and then they're like, oh, by the way, and I'm like, never talk to you again. Or, oh, I had a girlfriend the whole time. We'll never talk to you again.
Yeah.
Or, that kind of stuff happens quite a bit here. I've heard. And I know. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Because I think,
Tell me.
like earlier, the clickbait, like the
next.
It must release something in our brain, some type of chemical that is like adrenaline or some type of. It's like what would you say? It's a reward sensation.
Weird.
And the brain, the same thing with porn, or the same thing with video games, same thing that like. Next. Or like why we watch TV, but yet we're on our phone. Like it's the same, I think.
Yeah.
Like I'm missing out on something, so I must continue or something. It's very interesting.
It's so odd.
Isn't it?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. But it's the same thing that gets people addicted to porn. I know that. I had a friend who was addicted to porn once. So
Really?
It's bad. I mean, he didn't want to be. It wasn't like...
Yeah. He just couldn't stop.
He just couldn't stop. He had to go get help for it.
Wow.
But I think that's what's happening. A lot of us with our, the phones and the access to information and the access to, I mean, how many times do we all lay in bed looking at our phone and stay up late just looking at bullshit?
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You and your man voice.
I should have do that on a date. Hello. Answer their phone like that. Hey.
Wow. Well, and my last question was any dating advice, but you already gave it.
Yeah, I just say give people a chance.
Yeah, because what if there isn't anything better? I mean, maybe that's a bit ominous sounding, but like, just look at what you have right now. Mm-hmm. And as long as they're not, an asshole, like, give them a shot.
Just give people a chance. Just, if nothing else, you might have a new friend.
Exactly.
Who might know somebody who then you could meet.
Right.
And for me, LA is super hard to date anyways, and it's super, people won't drive 10 minutes from their house. Like, that's just the thing,
Yeah, it's sad.
It's sad. But just give folks a chance because, we're all just trying to, and as my brother would say, if you can find somebody to have your back and to watch your programs with, whatever they may be, then that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and of course, not like. I mean, you gotta have a feeling there, but anybody can
like
get
the person
right.
watching the program.
Yeah, anybody can get maimed in a car accident. I mean, let's be honest. Anybody can. Things can happen.
Oh, Kat.
I know, right?
It
I always take it to
dark.
another level. But you never know. So if you can just have somebody who's got your back, then stick with them because it's hard to find somebody who will say, you know what, you need this, so let me help you out with that.
Yeah.
And somebody makes you laugh and just give it a chance because we're so quick to delete.
We are so quick to delete.
And delete out of my phone and or text, and don't text too much. That's the other advice. Do not text too much because here's the thing. Texting isn't real.
It's not.
And you're, the stuff you see online is not real. That's not true. Don't compare yourself to what you see online.
Yeah.
Don't, because that's not real either. No, none of it. It's people putting the best thing they have of themselves on. A lot of times it's edited. So just... Which
just
is
like
okay,
this podcast.
but just like this podcast. But just like, as the great and wise Lady Gaga has said, just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
And as the great and wise RuPaul has said, how the fuck are you going to love somebody else if you don't love yourself?
Boom.
Boom. That's it.
Love it.
That's it.
That was great.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for
You're
doing
welcome.
this with me.
So weird.
I love you.
Yeah.
Clink my beautiful mug.
Yes.
We're going to say to better dates.
To better dates. Hopefully I won't have any.